So I think as of right now, in the year 2020, drawing digitally has pretty much become the standard. And I think it's safe to assume that most of the animation you see online was most likely done digitally. But I was thinking about it, and I was remembering back to when I was just like 100% working on paper, and remembering that I didn't really work on paper as a preference. I couldn't afford to do it digitally. And at the most, like I said, I had that tablet, so I would do things like animate like eye blinks or maybe a little bit of lip sync with my tablet, but pretty much 100% of everything else was straight paper. And I thought about it, and I thought, there might be people in the same situation that I was in, where you're interested in drawing digitally, but you just realistically can't afford to shell out $1,000 out of nowhere on a device that you don't even know if you're gonna like it. I want to help you guys out and tell you about the things I discovered when I was animating on paper, and just sort of like my workflow and tips and things I figured out, and how to avoid the frustrations of working in physical media in the year 2020. So one of the cool things about working on paper is that you probably already own most of the materials that you need. You're just gonna need some additional things. I can go over like basically the basic needs of what you need. Starting out, you need a Lightbox, a peg bar. It doesn't matter whether or not it's plastic or metal. You need drawing materials. I like Sharpies. I had these pens I used to use. They were Faber-Castell Pitt pens, I think. I had animation paper, which I used to order from a website. This is the website I used to use. It's called Lightfoot, and I would animate using 8.5 by 11 paper. And the reason I use 8.5 by 11 paper is because you want it to fit in your scanner. If you use the standard paper, the standard animation paper, it's humongous. It's like the stuff they used at Disney in the 90s. You don't want that. You want to absolutely make sure that you're getting 8.5 by 11 paper. And you absolutely want to make sure that it's punched. Now you might say to yourself, can't I just buy printer paper and then like buy a hole puncher? Well, hole punchers are like astronomically expensive, so you don't want to do that. You want to get your paper pre-punched. If you got money to burn, you might as well get a Cintiq. Okay, and now I want to talk about the Lightbox. So what exactly is the purpose of the Lightbox? What the Lightbox is, it gives you the onion skin effect, but in real life. So what you're mainly going to be using this for is tracing your layouts and doing your in-betweens, or referencing your previous frame when you're drawing your next frame. The purpose of it is to give you the ability to see through your drawings. It's basically your onion skin. It's a big onion skin. And I think if you can find one that's huge, like the bigger the Lightbox you can get, the better. I've had both versions. I had a very tiny Lightbox and I had a humongous one. And I recommend the biggest one you can find. As far as scanners are concerned, it doesn't really have to be like a high quality scanner or anything. What you really need to make sure, you want an auto feed scanner. And what that is it's a scanner where you can take a big stack of animation paper, put it at the top, hit a button, and then the scanner scans it for you. It scans your big stack for you. Like way back in the day, I used to scan animation drawings one at a time on like a big flatbed scanner. You can do, if it's all you have, you can do that, but I say, spend $50 or even go on Craigslist and just find an auto feed scanner. Doesn't matter the print quality and all the other stuff. You just want a scanner that can pull the pages in and scan for you. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is layout. Layout is going to be the most important step in this whole process. And that's what this is. It's kind of warped because I sat a pizza box on top of it. And it's kind of old. This is basically a blown up version of the storyboard with everything to scale and positioned the way it's actually going to be. Because what you don't realize is that when you're storyboarding, a lot of your stuff is going to be off because of how small your box is that you're drawing in. And when you actually blow it up to actual size, a lot of the side, you got to rearrange stuff and move things around and make it so it works the same way you wanted it when it was this small. So this is also the stage where you determine what's going to be a layer. And this is sort of what makes it the most important stage. So for instance, Lucas is going to be a layer, Erica's going to be a layer, the background's going to be a layer. Her mouth is going to be moving, so that's going to be a layer. Her hair is going to be moving. So this could be one layer, or it could be 3 more layers. This is like your master copy of the shot. So even if you script the animation or you mess something up, you can always come back to this, retrace it, and start over. So I can show you, after I broke it down into layers. The way you do that is you just put this on your Lightbox, turn your Lightbox on, and then trace it. So that's Lucas. That is a mouth. That is some hair. I did it all in one layer. And then we got Erica, her base, and basically everything that doesn't move.